Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Film Artsy. I'm your guy, Trevor Baker, and boy, we have got some interesting news. If you've been following a little bit of the things that have been leaking out this week, there's a lot of rumblings around where Venom and Tom Holland might be crossing over. What? But before we get started on this video, can you let me know what you're hoping to see the most in this upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home? I know you've been asked this time and time again, but it seems as we get closer and closer, more information is starting to leak, and it seems like we might be having the most coup de grace, overlandish, amazing film that we've ever wanted, and that might be overselling it, but it does seem like Marvel and Sony are pulling out all the stops on this one. So let me know what you're hoping to see in that new film, and let's get started. Well, oh well, internet sleuths, we are back, and we are cooking up a new thread of storylines, connecting the dots, feeling like that Always Sunny in Philadelphia scene. We're trying to connect all the strings because Spider-Man No Way Home is jam-packed with things that we're just like, is this all happening? What's so fun about this is so far the things that we seem to be unearthing is indeed true. This isn't like our experience with WandaVision, where every week we were like, oh, the minute we saw Quicksilver, it's gonna be X-Men, Professor X, Magneto, but none of that happened. Now, with Spider-Man No Way Home literally a couple months away, and Venom, Let There Be Carnage literally 2 weeks away, there has been some recent stirrings that the end credit scene is OM dubs mind-blowing. Now, it could be possible that it's just a really good post-credit scene, but even Tom Hardy himself has come out and said, shh, everybody shh, 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 shh. Don't tweet it out. No, YouTubers, don't you make a video immediately after you watch the movie about the end credit scene. And what would make Tom Hardy want to keep that kind of secrecy? Well, it might be because recently we've been seeing him with a picture of Spider-Man No Way Home on his ball cap. We've been hearing that there might be crossovers sooner than we expected. So now there's a lot of hypotheticals that this upcoming Venom movie will be indeed revealing a connection between Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Tom Hardy's Venom. That is something, I literally think I made a video like my first couple days here at Film Artsy about this very thing. As a hypothetical, probably never gonna see it. And now it seems like we might get everything under the sun. So for this video, I'm gonna give you 3 hypothetical situations that I think this end credit might be. The first one is, I do think we are gonna get some kind of connection to the MCU, but it's gonna be pretty subtle. Although Spider-Man No Way Home is pulling up all the stops, it just would blow my mind that they would also add Tom Hardy's Venom into this film in some way, shape, or form. It just seems like with Alfred Molina, Jamie Foxx, William Dafoe, and then theoretically Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire, adding another kind of element here. It's like 3 cherries stacked on top of each other on top of a sundae that's on top of like 12 chocolate bars on top of an ice cream truck. It just would be a lot. It would be a lot, almost overwhelming so. Also, it wouldn't get you a lot of time to establish what I would like to think is a little bit of a long-term relationship where Tom Holland shows up in the Venom universe eventually, and Venom vice versa shows up in the MCU universe. Who's to say and who's to know? But what we're hearing is that the end credit scene, theoretically, is indeed Tom Hardy hearing a report about Peter Parker, Tom Holland, Spider-Man. That alone would be mind-blowing, but I have to say, after reading the tweets and looking at people's reactions from early reviews where they're saying you have to wait to the end of the movie because OM dubs, OMG, oh my word, it blew my mind. I just don't know if just a reference to Tom Holland would blow people's mind, and that leads me to my long, distant second hypothesis here, where I think we might actually have a Doctor Strange or a Tom Holland show up in the end credits scene. And I don't know about you guys, that would boggle my mind. So hypothesize with me. It's very true or possible that Venom does exist in the same universe as Tom Holland, but obviously they have not crossed over, and there's no stirrings or hearings of the symbiote creature and vice versa the Spider-Man creature. Now, the movie might unearth a lot of that. Maybe they do unpack that. I do think there's a little nugget in the trailer that seems to indicate that maybe Spider-Man is in this universe, but who's to say that they are in multiple universes? And who's to say, since they are in multiple universes, that they couldn't cross over to other universes? That seems to be the thread and the thing we're going for in these upcoming films, is it's the multiverse, so we can do literally whatever we want. And who's to say that at the end of this end credit scene, we have someone like Doctor Strange come through a portal and say, hey, we need your help. Or Tom Holland show up and say, hey, we need your help. I don't know exactly. I don't know why they would be meeting in that way, shape, or form. But when you look at tweets that are just people literally having their minds blown, is it a news report about Tom Holland? Or is it an actual interaction setting it up for Spider-Man No Way Home? Who knows? My third hypothesis for why we're not supposed to tweet or to reveal information about this Venom end credit scene is it's not even necessarily connected to Tom Holland, or even in, like I said, the second hypothesis, a direct meeting with Tom Holland, but perhaps with some other Marvel MCU character. I have a hard time believing that anything else is happening here. I just don't think people react the way they seem to be reacting from the early reviews, from things we're hearing about some random character in the Sony universe. No one cares that much. Don't get me wrong, I want Sony to do well, but I just don't think the reaction would merit. There was Morbius at the end. Oh, Jared Leto was there. Well, that's cool, but I don't think there'd be like mind-blowing reactions. This makes me think that maybe like a Nick Fury comes in, or some kind of other MCU character. I mean, we already had in Shang-Chi, we had Captain Marvel and Bruce Banner, so who's to say who shows up in this situation? But if I had to take a guess on maybe like a lighter tier of maybe introducing Venom to the MCU, it would be someone like a Nick Fury with Samuel L. Jackson or some other MCU character leading the charge and making that first interaction. Before we continue this video, I just want to let you guys know that we have an awesome Instagram that updates on a regular basis with all things Marvel, DC, and everything that you love about the movies. So if you haven't already, go follow the Instagram right now. You won't regret it. Now let's get back to the video. All that being said, I am all of a sudden just losing my hair, like drinking coffee, trying to connect these dots, because it seems like all of this is centered around the December release of Spider-Man No Way Home, and I didn't think Venom would connect to Tom Holland or the MCU right now, but it seems like that's coming. It seems like Sony and MCU's like bond is stronger than ever, and what they're doing is going to blow our socks off. And so that's why I think they want you to keep secret, because once the cat's out of the bag, the cat's out of the bag. I mean, who knows? Who really knows? Maybe they throw a total curveball at us, and it's like Tobey Maguire at the end, and we all poop our pants because we would just be we'd be blown away. I asked you earlier, what are you hoping to see in Spider-Man No Way Home? It's all this information, too much information. Are you going to be tweeting about the end credit scene? Are you going to be that person? Now, I won't tweet about it, but I'm definitely going to be making a video. At the same time, I am excited to see what happens here. I like Tom Holland's Venom. I love Tom Holland's Spider-Man. A crossover would be cool. It's just how soon and in what way is what we're asking, because I do think the reaction to this end credit scene is an almost 95% certainty that there's connection to the MCU. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you like this video and you want to see more, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on notifications, because we want to hear from you. We want you to see us, because we love giving you guys content on the daily. And as always, until next time, I will see you later.